Today is Wednesday, November 15, 2023, and you're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. A pleasant morning to all of our listeners here in St. Kitts and Nevis and those in the diaspora. Thank you so much for joining the conversation for today. We now take a look at the top stories locally. St. Kitts and Nevis to lead high-level delegation to CARICOM Saudi Arabia Summit. Across the region, the Trinidad-based Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA, Tuesday said that diabetes remains a major health concern in the Caribbean region, affecting millions of people and burdening healthcare systems. In a statement to observe World Diabetes Day, CARPHA said the Caribbean has one of the highest prevalence rates of diabetes in the world, with many individuals unknowingly living with the condition. And internationally, artificial intelligence could save lives by warning where a hurricane will hit land much sooner than traditional forecasting systems, researchers say. A new AI tool from Google DeepMind predicted where September's Hurricane Lee would make landfall in Canada 3 days ahead of existing methods. These are the top stories locally, regionally, and internationally. For those of you who are just tuning in, you're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM, and I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. We are live on ZIZ TV as well. You can check out the program on ZIZ's YouTube channel and Facebook page. Thank you for joining the conversation. Today we turn our attention to the Whistleblower Protection Bill, which will be debated in Parliament this coming Monday, November 20th. I spoke with the Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs, the Honorable Garth Wilkin, and he commented on the significance of the introduction of this bill. So that is the Whistleblower Protection Bill. I believe my technician has it there. I have audio from A.G. Wilkin, the Honorable Garth Wilkin, speaking on the... Have it? No? Okay. I have an audio which I'll play later on in the program from Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs, the Honorable Garth Wilkin. And so it's the Whistleblower Protection Bill. It is an act to combat corruption and other wrongdoings by encouraging and facilitating disclosures of improper conduct in the public and private sector to protect persons making those disclosures from detrimental action, to regulate the receiving, investigating, or otherwise dealing with disclosures of improper conduct, and to provide for other matters connected therein. We'll take this short break, and when we come back, we'll continue the program right here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM.
Tis the season to be merry with ZIZ Radio and Television Broadcasting Network. And what a better way to make your business stand out than by spreading holiday cheer to your potential customers with our spectacular Christmas package designed to help your business shine during this festive season. We'll tailor our advertising solutions to match your unique business needs. Whether you are a cozy local shop, a trendy online store, or a bustling service provider, we've got something special for you. Plus, our packages are incredibly cost-effective, allowing you to get the most value for your marketing budget. But that's not all. When you choose our Christmas packages, you get ear-catching radio and eye-catching television spots that will keep your business on everyone's mind. Social media campaigns that will keep your followers engaged and excited. So what are you waiting for? This Christmas, make your business the star of the show and give your customers a reason to celebrate. Call us at 465-2621, 465-2622, or visit our sales and marketing department to learn more about our Christmas packages. Together, let's make this holiday season truly magical for your business. Merry Christmas and happy business to you.
And thank him for his wondrous grace. Oh, yeah.
Hi, I am Pastor Clive Saunders, and I am inviting you to join me every Wednesday night from 8 to 10 for Praise on the Pulse, right here on ZIZ Radio. It will be a powerful time of praise and worship unto our God. Tune in and be blessed.
Come on and declare. Hallelujah!
Hi children, I am Shalissa Catalia Caesar. Join ZIZ Radio every morning at 7:05 from Monday to Friday and Saturday from 9 to 10 for Totally for Kids. Wake up and be a part of the action.
Yes, you can now. You can do anything if you try. Oh, just try. Oh, my.
Welcome back to the program. You're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Thank you for joining. It is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, November 15, 2023. Thank you for joining. So as I mentioned earlier, I had a conversation with the Attorney General Garth Wilkin, and he spoke on the significance and importance of the Whistleblower Protection Bill. So we'll have an audio by him, and when I come back, I'll go into detail and reference other acts or bills that have been presented across the Caribbean, and looking at some of the stories and cases related to whistleblower protection. Let's have the script by Garth Wilkin, Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs.
Good morning, Devon. The Whistleblower Protection Bill is an essential part of the good governance transformation. With the Anti-Corruption Act about to be triggered, it is important to have whistleblower protection because, as you know, corruption happens in the background. And in order to find out when there are incidents of corruption, typically there's someone who blows the whistle. So someone within the system who observes the corruption and then can report it. So what you don't want is when those people report corruption, then they either lose their job, they're transferred, or they suffer some other type of consequence from them doing the right thing. So in order to have the Anti-Corruption Act and the various elements of that act be effective, you have to match it with whistleblower protection, similar to the Unauthorized Disclosure of Official Information bill, which is going to be debated on Monday as well, because now you have freedom of information, meaning the press and persons in the general public can submit requests for certain government information that's not confidential, etc. You do not want persons to be providing that information outside of the scope of the freedom of information infrastructure. So you create penalties for persons disclosing documents that are confidential, because there's a route legally now to that information. So both of the bills that are to be debated on Monday are ancillary to the implementation of the Freedom of Information Act as well as the Anti-Corruption Act.
That was Garth Wilkin, Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs, speaking on the Whistleblower Protection Bill, which will be debated in Parliament this coming Monday, November 20th, 2023. And he spoke on the importance and significance of this bill. Now, I took the time to do some research, and I came across a similar bill in the House of Representatives in Trinidad and Tobago. And it says here, an act to combat corruption and other wrongdoings by encouraging and facilitating disclosures of improper conduct in the public and private sector, to protect persons making those disclosures from detrimental action, to regulate the receiving, investigating, and otherwise dealing with disclosures of improper conduct, and to provide for other matters connected therewith. Now, before I go into that bill, I came across an article that spoke to some whistleblowers that we've seen on the international scene, and one that caught my attention was Peter Buxton. And this is related to a investigation or a study, an unethical medical study that was being conducted. It says a U.S. Public Health Service disease investigator, Peter Buxton, publicly blew the whistle on the Tuskegee syphilis study, an unethical medical study conducted by the U.S. Public Health Service and the CDC. The purpose of the study, which was conducted on poor African American sharecroppers from 1932 to 1972, was to see what happens when syphilis is untreated. Despite the widespread availability of penicillin to treat syphilis by 1947, the study continued. By its termination, 128 participants had died of syphilis or its complications. 40 of participants' wives were infected, and 19 children were born with congenital syphilis. Buxton first registered his concern about the ethics of the experiment in 1966. The CDC, who by then controlled the study, ignored Buxton's concerns and reaffirmed the need to complete the study. In other words, to let all of the participants die and autopsy them. In 1972, Buxton went to the press. A public outcry ensued that finally led to the review and termination of the study. In 1974, the NAACP won a class action lawsuit on behalf of participants and their descendants. In the aftermath of the revelations, Congress established the Office for Human Research Protections and passed federal laws to protect the rights of human subjects in studies. It's 11:14 and you're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. So as I said earlier, I was referring to a similar act that exists in Trinidad and Tobago, and this act, it covers, let me just pull up the information quickly here. This act covers disclosure of improper conduct, protected disclosure, information protected by legal professional privilege, anonymously made disclosures. It speaks to notice to whistleblower, appointment of whistleblowing reporting officers, annual report to Parliament, reference to information by another authority, prohibition of detrimental action, immunity from criminal, civil, and disciplinary proceedings. It speaks to civil remedies for detrimental action, obligation for secrecy and confidentiality, penalty for obstructing whistleblowing reporting personnel, penalty for destroying, falsifying, etc., conflict between contract of service and the provisions of the Act. So very detailed Act here, and so looking forward to what will be debated in the Parliament this coming Monday, the Whistleblower Protection Bill, and this all has to do with good governance and protecting people who are reporting on wrongdoing. Now, in a region as small as the Caribbean, reporting on wrongdoing, of course, you can expect some detrimental retaliation. If you report on something that is benefiting somebody tremendously, whether it be financially or otherwise, and that is wrong, and you know that it's unlawful, and you report on this, there are going to be some detrimental retaliation. And so with the introduction of this bill, it is to, as the name suggests, protect whistleblowers. We'll open the phone lines and begin taking your calls at 465-2555 or 718-51. Let me back check the number just to make sure. So it is 718-577, not 517, 577-2916. We have any callers on the line? We do. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, my good friend, Devon.
Yes, good morning. Welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, man. According to what you just read out there, there was a big whistleblower with the COVID-19, which originated in China. And because he blew his whistle so hard, those who were innocent, who were guilty, they cut him down. So he ain't blown no more whistle. And then, according to what the Attorney General said, bill will be passed in our house here. So concerning the Freedom of Information Act. Well, I just hope that the person who signed up and the CBI passport them would give out that information. Because too long that question has been asked, how many signatures have been signed and the passports, and no answer. So that one they need to come out. Now let me go to something more serious here that happened last week. Last week, a busman who believe what the Bible said, boy, the sweat of your brow, man shall eat bread. And he was doing his work honestly. And in doing his work, he was asked to drop him, he was asked by 2 passengers to take them to Black Rock. And he did so. And when they get over there, that was the time they charged on the man, robbed the man, and injured the man, and take up the man bus and went with it. But thanks be to God that the police them catch him. And they got them and they threw them in their 20s. So I am asking now that if it is possible for anybody who play in the trade on the road where you have to take people from one point to another point, if it is possible that they can have a licensed weapon to protect them lives and their job. Because these perpetrators wait until it is dark to commit this crime. And we cannot wait for any more people who serve in the public by transporting them from A to B to be attacked like that. Some of them has been murdered. Some of them just got injured and went to the hospital and come out. And because of that, other people are afraid to walk after certain hours on the clock. So I would like them, when they go in the House of Assembly, pass a bill in there, a Kuzu-size bill, that anybody commit such a crime, that Kuzu is so heavy that they will never think about doing anything wrong again. A couple years ago, a busman was attacked over Gibbons Hill and Deer Bay in the night. Rob him, take off the chain, and kill the man, and all of that foolishness there. Because no parliamentarians go in there and they pass any bill serious to deal with these people. And I hope that this house are going to think Monday, they add on that kind of bill to protect people. Thank you very much, Brother Devon.
Caller, thank you so much for your contribution to the program. You're listening to The Edge. The phone lines are open and we're taking your calls. You have a caller? No callers. The phone lines are open. Call us at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. Yes, I read on that where 2 persons robbed a bus driver, so he was asked to take them to Black Rocks, and when he got to Black Rocks, they accosted him and stole a sum of money. I think they went with the bus, and the police found the bus at another location, just abandoned, but the police have since made an arrest in that matter. It's 11:21. You're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. We have some more callers coming in. Let's head back to the... Okay, we lost that one. Let's hit this call. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Good morning, Devon.
Yes, welcome.
Very, very important, that freedom of information and whistleblower legislation.
Yes.
Okay. What we have to guard against is, one, the gatekeepers for that legislation, to enforce that legislation, right? That's one. And we also have to watch the delay in operationalizing that legislation, because you know we've been speaking about these things forever, okay? And what happens is a drip cosmetic stuff legislation coming in. Nothing like this should take 10 or more years to pass, right? Once that is done, it speaks to the insincerity of those who are bringing the legislation, that they put these things there and then make sure that they're either delayed in the implementation or there are loopholes to them. Okay, I well remember, for instance, the opposition in Nevis complaining bitterly about the fact that Nevis had legislation on the books for integrity in public life. But when the opposition tried to get answers or investigation from the commission in Nevis, they were basically told, we don't have the authority. So you can put all kinds of loopholes that if the persons who they're going to affect and not who are going to implement them or who are going to pass them are not sincere, then really and truly it's not worth the paper that it's written on. Okay, so that we have to watch, because whoever is going to be the gatekeepers, they, for instance, can decide, well, this information is too sensitive to release. You know, when in fact, in a country like ours, we have very few what you would call national security interests to protect. You know, I could understand things like people's personal information, like health information and those kinds of things, right? But in terms of secrecy of, for instance, government spending, what should be secret about that? Right? So that whoever, the information commissioner or whoever is going to decide what kind of information to release, have to be really have the utmost integrity and not be some kind of stooge to protect the people in power as opposed to the whistleblower.
Carla, let me ask you a question quickly. Have you ever heard of the protect your mortgage syndrome?
The what?
Protect your mortgage syndrome.
No, what is that?
Protect your mortgage syndrome. So you have people who are in positions of power or people who are aware of wrongdoings and illegal things happening, and they have the platform, everything before them to report or to bring it to light, but they are looking out for their best interest. They don't care if it affects hundreds and thousands of people.
Okay.
They're looking out for their best interest, they're looking out for their jobs and for their family. And so they suffer from protect your mortgage syndrome, and they completely disregard everybody else.
It's actually a literal interpretation of the saying. And it's quite understandable.
Yes.
And that is why the legislation, how it's worded, how it's applied, is extremely important, because we all know the propensity of people in power to abuse it. It's just a natural fact. We all know that people go in with the best of intentions, but they get corrupted, by whatever it is, the system, the trappings of power, whatever it is, right? Mm-hmm. We all know that there's the propensity of people to, as you said, protect their mortgage and protect and help out their family and friends. And that is exactly why in countries that are progressive and democratic, we have laws and regulations that minimize that. You may not be able to cut it out completely, but at least minimize it and not have your country be designated some kind of corrupt place. It's interesting that you mentioned is it Trinidad and Tobago legislation?
Yes.
Right. Trinidad and Tobago has a bad reputation in that field, eh?
Yes.
Right.
That is why I went there.
Which illustrates my point.
Mm-hmm.
A lot depends on what type of legislation is brought and how it is implemented. Mm-hmm. Okay, you could have the best legislation in words on the books, but if it's not implemented properly, you're going to go nowhere. So let's hope that is not the case in this case,
right?
And that it will really go a long way towards making sure that the whistleblowers, people are less afraid to come forward, okay, and that overall officials would be less inclined towards secrecy, right? Because we still see too much of that. When you're in opposition, you want to know. The public has a right to know. But when you get in there, it's all kind of obfuscation, all kind of hiding stuff and delaying stuff. No, that's not good, and that should not be the attitude of the people who are going to be passing this legislation. Let's see how it operates. Okay.
All right, Colin. Thank you for your contribution to the program. It is important in terms of the implementation. It doesn't make any sense for you to implement a law, and that law or legislation does not have teeth. But it is very important that whenever these legislations or laws or bills or whatever are put before the House, that we can actually do something and something can actually be done. It is 11:29 and you're listening to The Edge. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue the discussions. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Stay tuned.
At ZIZ, we want to take a moment to salute our small business owners and encourage you to support them. Our small business owners are always hard at work providing quality goods and services to you. They also provide employment for many and can be counted on to give back to our communities. Today and every day, we salute our small business owners and we say thank you for the opportunity to provide advertising services to you. If you're a small business, call us at 465-2621 to join our family of small business advertisers. Call us 465-2621. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome Camino. Welcome Camino. Let me go. Left foot.
The ultimate Sugar Moss 52 Lyman experience is here. Join us for a taste of carnival on Wednesday, November 15 at Spratnet for a night of vibes, giveaways, folklore, and soca artist proper performances at We Lyman. The Rockstead Band will keep you moving while you play Oversized Connect 4, Django, Ludo, and Dominoes. Win tickets to National Carnival events, gifts from sponsors, and experience Juve and Carnival bands. Don't miss the Lyman event for this season. We Lyman on November 15th at Spratnet from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Be there.
Listen to the things and adapt and pretend. Listen to me when they hear me.
Welcome back to the program. You're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Today is Wednesday, November 15, 2023. The phone lines are open and we're taking your calls at 4652555 or 718-577-2916. We are on the topic of the Whistleblower Protection Bill, which will be debated in Parliament this coming Monday. And the name explains what the bill is about. It is to protect whistleblowers in St. Kitts and Nevis. We have a caller. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Devon. Good morning.
Yes, thank you for joining.
Yeah, good topic. And first, I always want to thank God for the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Now, Brother Devon, the two first callers, I so agree with them. They could not have said better. And I myself want to see this integrity in public life and this freedom of information go out and do what they're supposed to do. Because government going, government come, they say the same thing when they're in opposition. When they go in, that is the first thing they're going to do. Freedom of information, integrity in public life, and when you look and see nothing happen, maybe they might table it, but you ain't consistently do whatever. And I just want these people who they put in charge of these things, do the work, because we need to know how the people supposed to spend, the people money in government spend. We cannot let government come in, government come, government go all the time, and the same thing happening all the time. We need to know. And I just hope other people get down on their foot and challenge this bill. Because it's an important bill. It's an important bill because these politicians, when they get in there, even before the 5 years up, they done millionaire. And we don't know how they come by it. So I just want to see that things go right with this new administration we're in, and they do what they're supposed to do for the people, because the people elect them convincingly to run a government, and I believe a fair government of the choice. Okay, then, Brother Devon.
All right, caller, thank you for your contribution to the program. So some people may be asking the question, who qualifies as a whistleblower? So I was doing some research and I came across techtarget.com. It says a whistleblower is anyone who uncovers activities that could be illegal, unethical, or inappropriate, and then reports that activity to authorities or otherwise makes the activities known. Example, reporting the wrongdoing to a news outlet. You know, just last night I was on TikTok and I saw this video of a man and his son escaping some assassins. I can't remember the name of the movie. And they were on not a highway, but this mountain road. And he had a pen drive and he was trying to escape some assassins, and they shot at the vehicle and they got him. So the vehicle lost control, went over into the gut side, and he told the son to leave the vehicle, and he gave the son the pen drive, and he told the son, go straight to a news outlet. Don't go to anybody else, go straight to a news outlet. So it was a movie about a whistleblower and him trying to uncover corruption. So it says a whistleblower can be someone working in or with the public sector at the local, state, or federal government level. A whistleblower might also be someone working in or with private, for-profit companies as well as non-profit entities. Many states, and that's in the USA, have whistleblower laws, and those laws generally offer protections for whistleblowers in state and local government, as well as those working in the private sector. It's 11:35 and you're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. We're on the topic of the Whistleblower Protection Bill. Earlier, we had an audio from Attorney General, the Honorable Garth Wilking, speaking on the importance and the significance and what does the introduction of this bill mean. We have a caller. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
I am wonderful. And you?
Okay, smile. Anyway, program magic. for school children, right?
Sorry?
Program Magic. It's for school children.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Program they had before over in the country. There were school children too.
Which program you're referring to?
No, they had a building over by maybe Molyneux and Manchester.
Oh, I am not
The name. You know what I'm speaking about because they were talking about it yesterday, but I just can't.
Oh, you meant the Explorers?
Yes.
Program or something like that? Okay.
Yeah, it was for
Yeah.
children. It was for children too.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
If it was for children,
Yes.
I believe so, but I'm subject to correction.
So we are all those children now, and if they have the program still, and what they're doing in the building, because it was a new building bill. Anyway, thank you.
All right, Carla, thank you so much for your contribution to the program. Well, just like any program, people graduate. I remember I was a part of a program in Nevis. Alonzo Carty was, I don't know if he was the actual head of the program, but he was the one who facilitated or coordinated the program. I think it was the Police Boys Club or something like that. And I was the youngest person in that program. I think I was 6 or 7 years old. And I remember Carty used to come in one of those old white, I think it was a Mitsubishi Jeep. And we used to go sometimes hiking. We learned how to fix bike. We learned how to do a wide array of things. The actual name of the program is slipping me. But just about a few weeks ago, I saw him and we were reminiscing on the program and how successful it was. And, it did wonders for young people on the island of Nevis. It's 11:38 and you're listening to The Edge. I'm Devonne Cornelius. Let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take this call.
Yes, good morning.
Okay, we lost that caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, my good gentleman.
Yes, welcome.
The bill, it is so long awaited for. 30 years ago, I looked at something that should be done, and I'm glad that it comes to light. This should not be a bill of 2 edges. It should be a bill of a lot of edges. 2 categories. 1, white collar crime. 2, other crimes such as felony, misdemeanor, summary offenses, etc., etc. No, this is not a bill that should have some kind of limit. It should be a bill that should be addressed time and time again, making different amendments because it covers a wide area. It is timely. The first person I heard mention it in Parliament was the Honorable Alexis Jeffers. And I said, good shot, sensible guy, Alexis Jeffers. And today, I am proud to hear, and I'm glad that this bill is coming to Parliament. Well, before it reached to Parliament, I don't spare any argument, because I have already given it my full support. I support this bill. One further advice, that let it be proper. Let it have as much as it could have, because it will be a lengthy bill. Okay, finish that for now. Number 2, for some time now, it was never addressed, but I decided to bring it to the table right now. In Molyneux, there were 2 young women born and grew up in Molyneux. One had for education, and the other one had for medical. No, it is inappropriate so far that the hospital that was built in Molyneux got Mary Charles and Gwendolyn Thomas. Gwendolyn Thomas was in medical and Mary Charles education. And I feel very deep, and many other people feel so too, that the school should be renamed to Mary Charles, and the hospital should also be renamed to Gwenda Thomas. Based on the fact that one was a medical and one was a teacher. So I think that if this being done, it would be most fitting in the community and justice being done to these two young people. That's all for now, and thank you very much. I do hope that the authorities are listening. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you for your contribution to the program. It's 11:41. We're taking your calls at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. For those of you just tuning in, you're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius, for today's edition, Wednesday, November 15. Let's head back to the phone lines and take this call. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Okay, double welcome. Now, it is said that when we are pointing finger at one, it has 3 more fingers pointing back at we. Now, I hope that all of them who come up with this bill with whistleblowing, which I love it, I hope that they are clean. Because I know of an individual who turned away a whistleblower because that individual take advantage of the employee rights. And because the employee bloody whistle, the sound turn on and blow the employee from the employer's home. And some years ago, a young lady was raped up Market Street and Cali Street got. And the whistleblower who spoke to the police them and give them evidence, he was supposed to go to the courthouse 2 days' time, and they went and they killed the whistleblower where he was living. So that whistleblowing business, it need what you call a global protection. Protect it that nobody would know the whistleblower is in that security fence.
Mm-hmm. You know, caller, it has a lot to do with confidentiality, right?
Yes.
And in order for this and the similar legislations to be successful, the people who you are reporting the information to, they have to understand the importance of confidentiality. Keep your mouth shut whenever somebody bring the information to you.
Keep your mouth
as simple
you let
as
them
that.
stick. And I believe the best confidential friend anyone can have is yourself. You just said, because, hear me. No, Devon, you're going to say, your culture, I'm going to tell you something, you know. I see Mr. Politics went and thief Mr. McMahon, man, got him. Don't say nothing, you know. Hear me, no, man. Because I want you to tell me. So stick with Mele. And then when you tell me now,
moment, boy.
are you going on, are you going to tell? So maybe I say, boy, look, don't say nothing, you know. Don't say nothing, please, otherwise they're going to use me. You know me, I'm going to say. So therefore, when you open your mouth and you tell your best friend, look out. When you see a police passing across the village, he ain't coming to you, know, but because, you know, you chat, you might think he's coming for you. Look, even the devil, as bad as he is, and when you think the devil confidential, he got his best friend, Satan.
All right, caller.
Yeah, okay, then all the best.
Thank you for your contribution. Do we have any more callers on the line? We do, yes. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Yes, back again. I do support keeping your mouth shut. This is very important in the whole issue. That is why I say you could go back, whatever is being missed out from the first drafting or whatever, go back to it and make amendments accordingly. Because this is a very serious piece of legislation. And the whole country should be glad for it. Glad for it. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue discussions here on The Edge and ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM.
Hi, I am Pastor Clive Saunders, and I am inviting you to join me every Wednesday night from 8 to 10 for Praise on the Pulse, right here on ZIZ Radio. It will be a powerful time of praise and worship unto our God. Tune in and be blessed.
Come on and declare. Hallelujah!
Hi children, I am Shalissa Catalia Caesar. Join ZIZ Radio every morning at 7:05 from Monday to Friday and Saturday from 9 to 10 for Totally for Kids. Wake up and be a part of the action.
Yes, you can now. You can do anything if you try. Oh, just try. Oh, my.
Welcome back to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. The phone lines are open and we're taking your calls up until 12 noon. We have a caller. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Devon. How are you?
I am wonderful. And you?
Yeah, I'm fine too.
Awesome. Good to hear.
I'm the person who called in from the country and said that name need to be changed. And, you know, as the whistleblower talk up, come up, that thing will always be look like people like, you know, after well, they like what happened, let's speak about it. Look here with that thing there. The lady was a teacher. The other lady was a nurse. The lady was the nurse is the hospital was supposed to name after. Because of politics, and so politics look like this game will never stop twist and turn until we die. Because what happened? That lady don't deliver a lot of children used to walk, go on a bike. Even when she was younger, she used to use a bike, man, and go on down Tabernacle all where she could reach and back up to the lodge and all. And she delivered my mother, me, and then she another couple children. And then she delivered me to my first child, did die, and my only child. So I believe they need to do some repair between them. If Caesar what is belongs to Caesar, I don't know how they don't get things straight. How they put square pin in one hole. That should have never been. When I heard at the time, I said, what? And so on. You the woman, she think money is her thing. The teacher used to walk anywhere. I wish she could have banged you. Devon, if you watch her to her, she bang you. Because she never had no kids. It look like when you get a wet, she just take it out and you was on broadly down or broader than your hand. Right? You were like a kind of portal. Some people will say, well, she really uplift me with my education, yeah. In the way, but she was brutal back to like she had no kids, man. She could have banged you, nothing. She had no feeling. And then give me the nurse, right? She thinks to come by me. You poor, imagine you call a woman out she bed 1, 2 in the morning. With no bike, whoever go call her got to help walk on with her. And then she started to get on now. Eh? And they just a twisting. This thing twister thing done. I hope we don't try to get it men, but it look like it look like a hard piece of iron to men. You okay?
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution to the program. The phone lines are open and we're taking your calls. Let's take this one.
Yes, a blessed good morning. Good program. But when the Prime Minister ready to talk about the passport them, he will talk about them because a lot of them were in there too. And we used to rush them down about the passport, but when the Prime Minister ready, just give a little time because he's younger than all of them. And talking about the naming of the school and all of them, people who they are long time, they're supposed to get a name, not picking out. And good program. Thank you.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution to the program. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Yes, I'm back. Talking about whatever they're going to pass. I hope they pass it quickly and no, not meaning that long. Because if that was up, 10 man in one couldn't have passed to England with so much money. See you.
All right, caller, you're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Today is Wednesday, November 15, 2023. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. Call us at 465-2555, 718-577-2916. We have a caller. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Hello, good morning. Someone calling and talking about a group from over the countryside. Is the explorers they were talking about?
Yes, they were making reference to the explorers, yes.
What if they still exist?
If it still exists?
Yeah.
I am not certain.
Because when they had the independent parade, there was not there.
So
that a group was not there for the independent parade.
Oh, okay. I'm not aware. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and they are accustomed. They was accustomed to be there.
Okay.
So they're not going to know if they're operating no more.
Well, I'll definitely ask the question if the group is still operational, but I can't confirm right now. I'm not aware.
Oh, when you look at it, it's like too many cooks spoil the pot. So who was supposed to be there controlling that is not there anymore. So lots of kitchens go by table, lots of things. But have a good day. You can find out what is the matter with them and who is controlling it and why they are not operating.
All right, caller, thank you. Let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take this call.
Again.
Yes, caller, good morning.
Yeah, but what the topic was, what the main topic you come discuss this morning? It in with the whistleblowers.
Yes.
All right, but in every show, you must find a comedian. That lady they calling and come in and talking about some hospital or something. You understand? Every program she try to twist the thing different to how people they got it. I don't know, Devon, about her. She come in, she don't understand the topic. Ask her the topic where you got the thing, no? Ask her the topic. Don't come in and talk anything. She just hear somebody talk about some Mary Charles, the hospital was name of a teacher or something. She calling and she talk about it.
Mm-hmm. All right, caller, thank you for your contribution. Let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take this call. Okay, we have no callers. It is 11:54. We wrap up the discussions at 12 noon for the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Let me use this opportunity to say thank you for your contributions to the program. We were discussing the Whistleblower Protection Bill. I have some information that I will continue to read up on and share with you. Of course, they meet in Parliament on Monday, and so you will hear more on the Whistleblower Protection Bill. So I am encouraging you to listen. Don't not listen and say you know what they're talking about, and then come and ask me. Listen for yourself, and then I could come back and summarize. Before I close the program for today, I want to leave a motivational quote with you. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. That's from Frederick Douglass. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And of course, join me tomorrow for an all-new edition of The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. For those of you who are just tuning in, we were on the topic of the Whistleblower Protection Bill. As I stated, it will be debated in the Parliament on Monday. I had an audio clip from the Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs, the Honorable Garth Wilkin, and he spoke on the importance and significance of this bill. The name of the bill, so it's self-explanatory. It protects whistleblowers. I was reading up on a piece of legislation from Trinidad and Tobago, and very detailed. And so perhaps I assume that there are going to be some similarities between the one that we presented on Monday and the legislation there in TNT. Until next time, you guys stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Please don't drink and drive. Take your time on the road. Pedestrians, look before you cross. You guys have a good one. Bye.
From the heart of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge with host